The old Hanseatic city of Lemgo, with its many medieval buildings. It is home to 40,000 inhabitants. How might cities like this have climate-neutral heating all year round? This is a crucial question for climate protection in Germany. The heating of homes and buildings here generates about half of the country's CO2 emissions. Hans Gregor acquired this home in the mid-1980s. Then he carried out substantial renovations. There's a good reason you won't find any chimney on this house. We have a thermal heat pump to keep our house warm. We make use of the Earth's heat. That's how we stay climate neutral. About 70 meters below the house, the Earth's temperature ranges from 7 to 12 degrees Celsius year-round. This stored energy is transported upwards. The thermal heat pump helps compress the large quantity of low-level heat to a higher temperature. With just 1 kilowatt-hour of electricity, such heat pumps can generate 3 kilowatt-hours of heat for the whole house. We have eco-friendly electricity from local utilities. We also generate our own power with solar photovoltaics. So that's all climate neutral. Completely. The most efficient type of climate-neutral heat supply is green energy and geothermal heat. Ideally, the whole city should be heated this way. But that calls for huge quantities of geothermal heat, which is not easy for Lemgo's energy suppliers to tap. We cannot obtain large quantities of heat from underground. We carried out explorations to depths between 1,300 and 2,000 meters, but we found no suitable geologic layers that could provide thermal heat. But Lemgo makes use of a different form of geothermal heat. The city's residents generate about 5 million cubic meters of wastewater annually, which is available year-round at a temperature of at least 7 degrees Celsius. Lemgo's municipal utilities use heat pumps to extract energy from this wastewater, which then flows into the nearby Bega River, cleaner and slightly cooler. This is good for the environment. Otherwise, the river would have higher temperatures due to the wastewater flowing into it. When we eliminate this higher temperature from the wastewater, we restore a natural temperature curve of the Bega, which is a terrific additional outcome. Once wastewater has been processed at the sewage treatment plant, it flows through a pipeline to a thermal power station that houses one of the largest heat pumps in Germany, with an output of 2.5 megawatts. That's over 300 times the output of a conventional heat pump in a single-family home. The Lemgo municipal utility would like to use wind power and solar to generate power for this heat pump, but there's a problem. We can't produce renewable power from renewable plants because the electricity would have to go through public power grids. That means grid fees and taxes would apply, which would be totally uneconomical. So instead, we're generating electricity ourselves with natural gas in a block-type thermal power station, which we have next door. This so-called block-type thermal power station generates electricity with natural gas and the heat pump at the same time. It runs when there's not enough sunshine for solar or enough wind blowing for power turbines, or whenever the heat pump needs electricity. This setup provides an optimal use of energy. In Lemgo, heating is provided by several components. The treated wastewater flows from the city's sewage treatment plant to the large heat pump. This raises the large amount of heat available throughout the year to a higher level. This heat then flows into the city through a district heating system. Waste heat from the combined heating and power plants flows into the system at the same time. About half of all households in Lemgo are now hooked up to this energy-efficient infrastructure. The advantage of this setup is that the district heating system's pipes are laid in the street, so all residents can heat their homes efficiently. With vigorous renovation, the architecture of each house can be factored in. This is a great help to Dörte Höft, who runs a health counseling office in Lemgo. The construction measures we carried out during the core renovation were perfectly compatible with Lemgo's district heating system. We don't need a chimney sweep anymore, and our setup needs no maintenance. Since Lemgo is so well laid out, what we've installed is well worth it. The more heating lines are set up, and the more they're hooked up, the better. Lemgo's municipal utility has further plans. It wants to rely more heavily on renewable energy. This potential lies in the Bega River. In colder times of the year, the river water is usually warmer than its surroundings. That means a heat pump can help extract thermal heat from the river. The municipal utility wants to tap this local energy source using two large heat pumps that feed their heat into the district heating system. One uses the relatively warmer waters of the Bega River. The other draws heat from treated wastewater. Since the heat pumps will run only on green energy, the heat they generate will be carbon neutral. In addition, heat from 2,000 solar collectors flows into the system, as will the heat from several block-type thermal power stations. But instead of running on natural gas in the future, these stations will run on so-called green hydrogen, which is produced with solar and wind power. That makes the resulting heat climate neutral. Achieving complete climate neutrality in Lemgo requires the combined effect of several components. The extraction of thermal heat with heat pumps plays an important role. Thermal heat can be made available for use in every city, whether it comes from river water, industrial waste heat, subway shafts, or in the case of geothermal energy in the Eifel region, there are heat sources that can be harnessed everywhere. Thermal heat from German wastewater, rivers and lakes. If it could be extracted with heat pumps, could heat half of all single-family homes in Germany. The city of Lemgo is making optimal use of its potential to use available thermal heat. More than half the city will be supplied with climate-neutral heating by 2030, and well before 2045, the entire city. Many other German cities could accomplish the same goal without much impact on the urban landscape. They could be completely climate neutral all year round.